Whoever's.
Yes. Yay. Hello, everybody. I think we are live. We're doing something a little bit different where we're streaming through Zoom today. But we're excited for all of you guys to be here. We're going to talk about probably one of the most common struggles we hear from people in the community besides emotional eating is whether it's emotional eating or binge eating at night. Nighttime seems to be this really challenging time where you feel like you've done good all day or you're staying on track, but gosh darn it, if I just would stop eating at night, I'd probably see results. Or if I could just, it's like you keep eating and eating and eating. And it feels like you just, the end of the night goes by and maybe you have I was just talking to someone, they're like, I have to wake up in the middle of the night and take Tums. My stomach hurts so bad, or I feel ill and I just want to get out of this cycle. And Hannah and I have both struggled with this as well. Most of our clients, I would say almost 100% of our clients also struggle with nighttime eating. So we have a lot of practice in how to help end the cycle. We have a formula, and we're going to just share a little bit about that today. We're going to share with you 3 things that you need to do to start taking a look at why you're nighttime eating and then how to actually stop it. So you're going to want to take notes, so grab a pen and paper, and we're going to dive in right. Hannah, do you want to introduce us actually?
Sure, I'll introduce us. Welcome, everybody. So good to see you. Thank you for being here in Emotional Eating Decoded, where we really decode emotional eating. And how often do we hear, I emotionally eat at night? At nighttime is where most of the emotional eating happens. When the kids go to bed, it's like you're by yourself. And so here we are. We are going to help you decode what's really happening. And I am Hannah Hips. This is Sierra Spencer. We are eating psychology coaches, mind body nutrition coach. Sierra is a diet recovery coach and a weight neutral coach. So there's a lot of gold in here. And you know what? We like donuts. We eat donuts. And also, we eat vegetables and we love healthy food. So there is a balance when it comes to food, and you can have either or, you can have both. You can have both. It's not just one way and the only way. And so we're here to help you rediscover what eating can be like for you, rediscover what health is, redefine health and healthy eating in a way that's going to suit you, because you're unique in your own life, in your own body. And that's what Sierra and I do. And that's what we help our clients do. And it's the most amazing thing when you take away all of the chatter and the outside noise and really begin to tune in inside yourself and be able to choose what is going to be work for you. Because how often of us do we not have confidence in what we eat, or we're like, is this the right thing? Am I doing it right? Am I doing it wrong? Like, what's wrong with me? I'm broken. I need to be fixed. And guess what? You're not. It's just you get to rediscover who you are in the process so that you can fulfill yourself and nourish yourself in a way that really supports you. So we like to take food and look at it in a whole different aspect, because it's not just about what's on your plate. It's about who you are. What are you thinking? Your patterns, your behaviors. And so we kind of break in and go deep in all of that, because you want to eat what's good, right? You want to eat what's going to be nourishing to your body. And also we need to nourish our minds and rewire our mind, so it's a lot easier to accomplish what you want to accomplish.
Yep. So let's go into figuring out, why does this happen? So the first thing of why do we nighttime eat? What's the pattern? What's the behavior? What's the trigger? The first thing that we see the most is that you're distracted eating throughout the day, and there's a lack of awareness. So maybe this is you are rushing through the day, you're going from here to there, and you're just rushing through things, and your brain, it's called your cephalic phase digestive response, CPDR. There's a disconnect between your brain and your gut because you're rushing and there's a lack of awareness. So that's number 1.
Number 2 is you're skipping meals. You know, have you ever noticed like you skip breakfast, you rush through lunch, like Sierra was talking about, you rush through things, and then by the time dinner comes along, you are like eating and cooking and not hungry for dinner after that because you've like stuffed your face. And then after dinner, you're like, I'm not done. And then you want to continue to eat. It could be because you are skipping meals. Skipping meals is like the whole thing. It's linked to number one, not being fully present with really nourishing your body.
Yep. Number three is similar, but just kind of snacking out the way. You're not eating big, nourishing meals. You're just snacking, or you're rushing. Maybe breakfast is a quick like shake, or you skip breakfast. And then you're just eating these like little tiny foods all day. I know that happens to me when I don't plan ahead and I'm just like grabbing things. And then at night, again, we'll talk about this. We talk way more in depth about the psychology of why this happens in our brain. And a lot of like brain science that we go into of why this happens in our programs and in our coaching. But basically your brain needs big satisfying meals in order to, again, connect that brain body response where you can trust your body. So if you're just snacking all day, you're more likely to eat at night because your brain isn't fulfilled. It's like, I need more, I need something filling. So that's number three.
So, do you need more willpower? No, you don't. Your biology takes over because it perceives it's not getting enough energy throughout the day, aka food. So, what can you do about this? That's why we're here. We want to really give you the steps so you can start making the change. And these are small little adjustments that have huge impacts, right? And they're so simple, sometimes not easy. So, the first thing you need to do is focus on your eating rhythm. What is your eating schedule like? Are you skipping breakfast? Are you rushing through lunch? Or are you skipping dinner? Or you're eating really big dinner and feel too full? Like really get aware of when are you eating throughout the day?
Yep. And then if you're nighttime eating, kind of like I mentioned earlier, the second thing that you can start doing like right now today is to eat bigger, nourishing meals throughout the day. We need to stop being afraid of the amount we're eating and start focusing on that mind body connection. Like, how does my stomach feel? Do I feel satisfied and nourished? So if you eat a meal, when you're done eating, you shouldn't be still thinking about food. You shouldn't be thinking about what's at the next meal. All of that's not normal. That means there's some sort of there's a pattern that's disordered with your relationship with food. You need to eat until you feel satisfied, you feel good, you feel happy, maybe you feel energized, and you're connected with that internal hunger fullness cues. But when you're eating bigger, nourishing meals throughout the day, when nighttime comes around, your brain and your gut are satisfied, and there's not this drive to eat at night. You've been satisfied throughout the day, so your brain doesn't feel like it's like eat. That mechanism is actually quieted down because you've been nourished throughout the day.
And then number three, how many of us like eliminate things out of our diet? I can't eat this. I can't eat that. I shouldn't eat this. This is bad. Like all the things that we eliminate. So we're going to ask you, we're going to invite you to add in. So what can you add in? You add in awareness and you can add in pleasure. So adding awareness means that you're really present with the food that's in front of you, that you're paying attention to what you're eating. So oftentimes we're eating at our desk at work and working while we're eating. Is that fully being aware? No, your mind and your body are not connected. It's missing the experience. And so it's like when you experience your meals more, you get more satisfied. You feel more full. You feel like that's when your brain is like, I'm done eating, and you think about other things. You're not thinking about food anymore. That if you ever notice that first bite of food, it's just like so delicious. And then as the meal goes on, actually the satisfaction of food should be lessened. It should be like, oh, this doesn't taste as good. That means you're getting satisfied. That means you're getting ready to transition and move on to the rest of your day. And also pleasure. What are you eating? What is on your plate and what you're eating? Is it actually pleasurable? Do you enjoy it? Do you enjoy the flavors? Or are you just eating it because it's healthy? Are you eating it, or are you not even enjoying? So maybe it's something that you really like. Maybe you want that cupcake or you want that donut, but you scarf it down so fast, you don't really get to enjoy it. So how can you bring more pleasure into that experience of like really enjoying what you're allowing yourself to eat without the guilt, without the shame, and you give yourself that satisfaction, that pleasure, and, full tasting it. Like really allowing this to be like, eating should be a full body experience. And when I say full body, it means all of your senses are a part of your meal. And when you do that, you are going to feel so much better. And if you do that throughout the day, at nighttime, you're not going to be feeling like you keep needing to fill that void.
Absolutely. Now, these are just 3 quick tips. We don't go super deep on these calls. We try to keep them short and sweet for you guys. But if nighttime eating is like, you feel like it's like the bane of your existence, please reach out to Hannah or I. We coach people specifically one-on-one. We have group programs. We have lots of different options for how you can get help at all different price points. And what the next step is, if you're ready to be like, you know what, I'm sick of this time eating, I really want to take some action and not just, sit in the Facebook group. You are ready to take action. Comment below this video and say, hey, I'm interested in more details, or shoot Hannah or I a private message on Facebook. And we will set you up with a free 15-minute food roadmap call. All it is, it's no sales. It's just to get to know each other. We're going to ask you some more questions about what you're currently struggling with, and we're going to be able to see if we can diagnose what's going on and what the problem is. And from there, if you feel like, I think I'm ready to go and I want to know what your programs are, we schedule another call that's a little bit longer, more in depth. We're going to give you a game plan. So what are the 3 things, or top 3 to 5 things that we think you need to implement right away? That way you have an action plan leaving the call with how you're going to start feeling healthier, being more energized, really healing your relationship with food, ending the nighttime eating, binge eating, emotional eating. Give you a game plan, and we'll also let you know all of our different coaching options. So that's kind of our flow and how things work. If you're interested in working with us that way, it's not a mystery. So don't be a stranger. This is what we do full time. We love what we do. We love helping people. Even if you're like, I can't afford it, it's fine. Just reach out, and that way we can at least get you a game plan to get you started. Okay. So we look forward to hearing from you guys. And Hannah, do you want anything else to add?
No, go enjoy your meals today. That's
Yes,
all.
go enjoy your meal. Bye.